Hello students, hello my lovely atoms, a very warm welcome to all of you and see your Anubha Ma'am is back with one more power packed and amazing session that is Sprint X ICSE. It's analytical chemistry session and this chapter is important and trust me it's very easy. I know some of the students were telling me ma'am that we face difficulty in remembering the color of the ions and for the same I have made a special video. Please check it out on this channel and with the help of that video I've told some of the mnemonics that will help you to remember the color of the ions. It's not that difficult. It's very few, so you can remember that. Okay, let's start right away with your Anubha ma'am, AG ma'am, who teaches you chemistry. I hope you know this well. Okay, so what are the topics that we are going to discuss the entire chapter basically? And our main focus will be what exactly is analysis, that is of two type, quantitative and qualitative. We'll talk about action of our NaOH, a strong alkali on different metal solution. So as the action of a weak alkali, that's my ammonium hydroxide on salt solution, and action of alkalis on metal and metal oxide, that's very rare. You know that only amphoteric metallic oxide and hydroxide can react with the alkalis. So these are the some set of reactions we are going to discuss, and trust me, whatever the question generally comes from this chapter will come from the portion that I'm going to discuss. So revise properly, have a notebook and pen, start solving with me and master this topic. All right, students, and I hope you know my entire schedule. The sheet is attached here also. When you'll download the PDF, you'll get the entire schedule of me, chemistry schedule, biology by Ambika ma'am, the entire schedule, and then Anup sir, that's physics schedule, and Gopal sir, math schedule. Apart from that, Ankana ma'am, SST schedule, and Shweta ma'am, English schedule. And you know that all the master teachers are doing a very good job for all of you, a very hard work they are putting in all the sessions. So please pass it to your friends so that they can also watch. And this session, this special series, and not only me, and I'm talking about all the teachers, that can be a biggest hit. Okay, because this channel is mainly dedicated to only ICSA students as they were facing problem in language. We thought language must not be a barrier anymore. Okay, so we'll start with a positive quote right away. But before that, as I said, don't forget to like the video, share it among your friends, and definitely subscribe if you're new. And the positive quote of the day will be this, that if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you, not even your Anubha ma'am, not even all the teachers. If you're determined to learn, no one can stop you as well. That even if you're not very strong with any of the subject or maybe all the subject, like you're lacking, and I'm not even talking about all the subjects and education, I'm talking about day-to-day life, simple things that we do, that we set some very tiny goals for ourselves, and you're like, we are facing so much struggle because we don't want to put efforts. Until and unless you will not put efforts, you will not make your mind strong. You should be headstrong that you want to do something, and trust me, no one can stop you to achieve that. Hurdles generally comes, just start with the very small goals. Okay, you'll be like, ma'am, this is very tiny thing. Suppose I'm talking about, suppose you're struggling to just an example, to avoid junk food. So make a habit that suppose if you're eating in every 3 4 days, just start reducing it to a week and then so on, and then you'll ultimately achieve it. So ultimately whatever I want to say is this, you have to be headstrong, you have to decide that, and then you can definitely achieve that. And when you have small goals and when you start achieving that, you get that confidence, and after that you can go for the bigger goals. And me and all the teacher support are definitely there, and we'll try our best to help you. So go and nail it. Okay, students, let's start with question number one. We'll discuss almost 10 questions, and I'll give you homework also. So don't forget to submit that homework, because if you'll do so, that means we are able to understand that you're putting the equal efforts and revising everything properly. And how many students are like in that think that, yeah, ma'am, we are there and we'll definitely revise because we want help in that way. Okay, so question number one is for 1 mark, and that is the salt which in solution give a pale green precipitate with my alkali NaOH and a white precipitate with barium chloride. So whenever you see this green color, always imagine our Hulk, because green color is due to that iron plus 2, and that green color, just imagine that there's Iron Man, that is my Iron Man, and Iron Man's best friend is Hulk. Green in color, the best friend is iron, so iron is that iron of substance that will give a green color, and that too in the +2 oxidation state. So the substance, the salt must have iron in +2 oxidation state, but what will be the anion part that we can prove with this, that a substance that give white precipitate with barium chloride must have sulfate ion, because they'll exchange the ions and you will get barium sulfate. That is the one that's having white precipitate. So iron is here combining with sulfate. These are the two set of reactions helping to decide what exactly is the salt that we need to take. Very simple. So I told you the trick. You can always remember that with NaOH, basically what are you going to get? You will get iron hydroxide. Most of the reaction here that we are going to discuss is nothing but my DD reaction, double decomposition or double displacement reaction, where there is just exchange of ions. Okay, and this is of green color. Second reaction which I'm telling, that as my iron sulfate is there, when it reacts with barium chloride solution, I am going to get iron chloride, and apart from that barium sulfate. Barium sulfate is the one that gives white precipitate. So iron in not in the third oxidation state or valency, iron in the second oxidation state or valency. So B is the right answer here. Do you agree with me? Okay, we can see that. Yup, B is the right answer. Okay, let's move ahead with the question number 2, and the question number 2 is also for 1 mark. Name the probable cations present in the following observations. A white precipitate that's insoluble in a weak alkali but soluble in NaOH. So do remember that whenever we talk about my metals which are amphoteric in nature, it's oxide and hydroxide. These are the one, basically talking about the hydroxide oxide part. These are the one that react with my strong alkali because of its amphoteric behavior. So when I talk about that, here is the hint that must give white precipitate in NaOH. So what's that substance? When I talk about my zinc, my lead, and my aluminium, these are the one that gives my amphoteric solution. Now white precipitate means I have to take the ion of the same, and the ion we can take is lead hydroxide, because that will dissociate into ions and react with the same to show DD reaction. That's what we need to do. So here DD reaction will be performed. We get lead hydroxide and NaOH, that is soluble alkali, but this will give you white precipitate. So here my lead ion with the +2 oxidation state is that cation that's possible because of its amphoteric behavior to react with a strong alkali. Weak alkali, there'll be not enough OH ion to react with the same. Okay, when I talk about the B part and blue colored solution, blue colored solution is my copper ion in +2 oxidation state. Copper with +2 always gives blue color. Remember this, that you know the cute cubs, right? I think, I'm not sure, that lion and lions, like small what do we call it, children. Children is for us, that their offspring is called as cubs. So yeah, CUB, copper gives blue color. Okay, that's copper ions. So do remember that. That's the cation that they asked. Let's move to question number 3. Students, don't forget to download the PDF because all the solutions are already attached. If you face a bit of struggle in what ma'am is writing and something like you need a proper solution, you can always get that. And this is just a trailer, students. Classes at Vedantu platform is so much awesome and fun, because you will be able to interact with us and can have live fun quizzes in each and every session to learn your outcome of a particular topic. Okay. Question number 3 for 2 marks. Name the metal hydroxide which are soluble and insoluble. Caustic soda solution, which is nothing but my NaOH solution, and my ammonium hydroxide solution. Okay. Name the metal hydroxide which are insoluble and soluble in the caustic soda solution. Let's talk about caustic soda solution. That's my NaOH. Insoluble means that must give precipitate. So you can take so many examples. Like suppose I'm taking ferrous chloride solution and I'm putting in NaOH. What basically I'm going to get, ion with 2 valency react with FeOH twice and 2 NaCl. And that is something that gives us that green, not green, dirty green precipitate. Okay, so insoluble substance I'm going to get. Name the metal hydroxides which are insoluble in caustic soda. Okay, so I did not need to tell the metal chloride and all. We need to talk about the metal hydroxide. Okay, so you know that most of the metal hydroxides are the one that are not soluble in NaOH. So suppose I am taking iron hydroxide solution in what? ferrous and ferric hydroxide. You can take both. This will be dirty green, this will be reddish brown precipitate. They are not soluble in my NaOH. When I talk about the soluble one, soluble is like I can have my metal oxide hydroxide which are amphoteric in nature, but we need to tell only metal hydroxide. So you can take the example of zinc hydroxide or lead hydroxide. They can be soluble. They can be soluble in my alkali because of its amphoteric behavior. They can also behave as an acid. So they can be soluble in the bases, a strong base, a strong alkali that I'm talking about. Let's talk about the second part. I'm going to erase this part which I've written so that you guys can see that properly and I can explain properly too. Okay. Yeah. Done. Now the second part is ammonium hydroxide solution. When I talk about ammonium hydroxide solution and when I talk about the insoluble metal hydroxide, again, you can here also give the examples like my iron hydroxide because that will give a green precipitate. After iron hydroxide, I can also write the same iron hydroxide but iron with valency 3, ferric hydroxide. We can also talk about calcium hydroxide that won't be soluble in my ammonium hydroxide solution as well. But when I talk about the soluble, that is very interesting part and a very important question. When I talk about my copper hydroxide, that is something that can dissolve with aqueous of ammonium hydroxide, so as my zinc hydroxide. Do remember that my copper and zinc can react with excess of ammonium hydroxide to give what here a pale, not a pale, it's a deep ink blue color solution, and here we'll get a colorless transparent zinc solution. Like the final product will be copper hydroxide with this tetra amino copper hydroxide, and here tetra amino zinc hydroxide. These will be like the soluble one. So do remember that that's also possible. All right, students, and we can move ahead now with the next question. Question number 4. What do you observe when freshly precipitate aluminium hydroxide react with caustic soda solution? Freshly prepared aluminium hydroxide. This is my aluminium hydroxide. I've taken this aqueous solution and I'm putting it NaOH solution. That is my sodium hydroxide solution. And when I do so, I'm just talking about its reaction that's possible. And as I told you, because of its amphoteric behavior, if we are putting it into a base, they can behave as an acid and we can expect our product that's nothing but salt and water. The product that I'm going to expect is NaAl2, that's sodium aluminate. There's no need to write 2 because we can balance the reaction in that way. NaAlO2 sodium metaluminate along with 2H2O. That's water. Like 1 hydrogen, 3, 4 hydrogen, and I'm having 2 oxygen overall because 2 is consumed here. And we got my substance that's soluble in the water. That's salt and water. So this is easy, and that's for 2 marks. You can easily get that by explaining whatever I said, and it's written also, so you can get the answer properly. Now, students, question number 5 is saying, how will you distinguish ammonium hydroxide solution from NaOH solution? And that's very easy when I talk about this. This is my weak alkali and my NaOH is something that's a strong alkali, right? Strong alkali and this is weak alkali. And there's one very good reaction that is proving that whether I have treated with the ammonium hydroxide or sodium hydroxide, that's my solution of, like I can talk about my calcium salt. Suppose you have taken calcium nitrate aqueous solution. Calcium nitrate aqueous solution and I have put into NaOH aqueous solution, and in the second set of reaction I have taken calcium nitrate aqueous solution and I have put that into my ammonium hydroxide aqueous solution. So students, you know what's the difference between the two? It will react with the strong alkali because there's enough OH ion to react with the calcium. That hydrolysis is possible and I am going to get a white precipitate of calcium hydroxide which is partially soluble in water. Which is partially soluble in water. But when I talk about ammonium hydroxide, there'll be no reaction because it's a weak alkali and it won't give enough OH ion so that calcium nitrates hydrolysis will occur and calcium ion can combine with OH to give calcium hydroxide. So this reaction is not possible, and on this reaction basis, I can judge what's strong alkali and weak alkali, what is asked in this question. Isn't it easy peasy? So do let me know. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Yeah. Okay, let's move ahead. But before moving ahead, some information for all the students who are watching this for the first time, and also the students who really want to know about Vedantu platform also before moving ahead. So students, Vedantu is a wonderful experience that you can add in your curriculum, because this will help you so much to boost your score and to help with your personality too, because there'll be unlimited live quizzes, as I said, will be there in the classes. In each and every class, there'll be a teacher and a set of class teachers totally dedicated to solve your doubts, and also with every topic there'll be a quiz, so that after this we can make sure about your learning outcome, that you learned this topic properly and will be able to answer according to the response. We'll be able to revise the topic, so as the class teachers, the subject matter experts, going to help you with proper solving of your doubts. So when you come, your no doubts will be answered. You will be able to have a very good experience and can enjoy in the session while studying, because here you learn with a fun way. Okay, and you'll be able to compete with the students throughout the world. We have students from throughout the world, and you learn each other. You learn so much from each other as well. The best part is, I think, that's no one, and no one here we talk about is following. That's interactive replay. Replays won't be about that. Oh, if I miss a session, I need to see the replay. But how come I can stay there for almost an hour, or 1 hour 15 minutes, or 1 hour 30 minutes? But the best part is, in the replay mode also, while you're learning, you will be able to take part in the quizzes. There'll be live quizzes, and you can come to leaderboard. So technology at its best, and your learning outcome will be definitely achieved. You'll get the content of each and every class with the teacher's feedback, like what is important and where you should put more efforts and all. And I'll tell you how to get the notes of each and every session. You will get assignments, and every fortnight there'll be tests also to make sure that you're learning it properly. And as I said, every doubts will be solved. And not only this, there are so many free courses as well, the chapter based courses and crash courses, which is going on every week or 15 days to make sure that you're learning. You know that your exams are definitely going to be postponed and probably happen in May. So you still have time. Feb, March, April, almost 3 months, and we have some 1 month, 2 month, 3 month type of crash course revision, so that the entire topics revision is possible. And right now also you can realize that it's not too late. And that to Vedantu believe in less is more, because each and everything, so many things are going to get in a very less price right now. And students, why Vedantu believes that in a very less thing, less price, you are going to get more and more classes? Because just hear me out, I'm going to tell you what that course is going to uh, be for you. There is a link in the description box. All you have to do is to open and select ICSE 10th class as the target, and don't forget to apply the code AGE Pro, because AG Ma'am's code is AG Pro, and that will give you the discount. The original price that was 2699, now with AGE Pro, the price will drop down to 2159, and you're getting almost 20% discount, and you should avail it, because each and every session will cost you as low as 11 rupees. And not one, not two, you can attend, as I said, unlimited classes, and you can manage accordingly. So isn't it awesome? Yes, that's going to be awesome, because that's even less than a party pack of your chips or maybe a chocolate that you might be eating. So yes, students, and let me help you how to do that as well. Okay. Okay. So students, let me show you just a minute. Yeah. Can you see that study of acid basis salt? That's the previous sprint that I have to take. And there is a link here. You have to click on this link and then select 10th class. I'm just guiding you. It will take 2 minutes how to do that. ICSE 2021 as your target. And you can get all the courses, all the teachers like Abhishek sir, Harsh Priyam sir, Amrit sir, Anubha Ma'am, Shweta Ma'am, Deen Bandhu sir. All the teachers will be there. All the teachers will be there. And how to get a month subscription, students? Just see this, 1 month. So when you click on this proceed to pay, You can apply your coupon code AGE Pro, and as soon as you click on apply, you'll get your discount, and the course price will decrease to 2159. Okay, and you'll get all the classes of Vedantu's platform. You'll get a dashboard like this, and all the classes will be mentioned that you can attend. These are the upcoming classes. You can check your courses from here, that what are the courses you can enroll. You will get a special page where you can enroll for special classes also. And apart from that, students, here you can see your past session, as I was telling you. Okay, replay you can see. So here you will get the replay of each and every session that is done, and from here you can get the notes of each and every class also, and can do practice whenever you want. So isn't it like an amazing thing? Don't forget to miss that, because that's a great opportunity to have. And let me set. So we are back to the session. Don't forget to see this, that AGE Pro OB. Let's see question number 6. And question number 6 is, what do you understand by the following? An analysis, qualitative analysis, reagent and precipitation. This question is for 3 marks, and you have to explain each and every term here. When I talk about analysis, you know it pretty well what exactly is something. That's, we are analyzing something. Analyzing something means to know about the components present in the substance, qualitatively or quantitatively. Means you want to know what are the composition present into it, what are the type of cations and anions present into it, and every detail. Okay, so that's what the analysis is. Detailed solution is written also. Determination of all the chemical components. And when I talk about qualitative analysis, I'm talking about the quality. Quality means, as I said, what exactly are the substances, unknown substances present in the same. Whenever you used to go to the laboratory, especially talking about organic chemistry, and teachers used to give a sample that detect whatever are the kind of compounds present inside it. So that was our qualitative analysis, to know the unknown substances present into it, the functional group, my alkyl group, my compound, aromatic, non-aromatic, something like this. All of the detection will come under qualitative analysis. All right. When I talk about reagent, what basically is a reagent? Reagent is something, a chemical substance that take part in a chemical reaction, but finally we can get it back in the end of the reaction. So just give an example of reagent in any of the particular reaction in your organic chemistry, if you know so. Okay, I'll wait for it. Or in your analytical chemistry that you had studied. An example of reagent in a particular reaction, mention that in the comment section. Now I'm talking about precipitation. Precipitation reaction is very simple, in which you get one of the product as a precipitate. That's an insoluble product. Precipitation reaction is a type of DD reaction only, double displacement, double decomposition reaction. When you put two aqueous solution, they're going to react with each other and give one insoluble product. So that's your precipitation reaction. You can also give an example to prove that. Suppose that's what I'm trying to do. I have taken ferric chloride aqueous solution, yellowish color, and I am putting my sodium hydroxide aqueous solution into it. And as soon as they are going to mix, you're going to get iron hydroxide solid. The thing to judge precipitate is, you'll write solid over there in that aqueous solution, and 3Na, 3Cl, 3NaCl aqueous form. So this is my what? This is my reddish brown precipitate that I'm going to get in the end of the reaction. So I think this is easy peasy, and I'm trying to clear out all the concept that is possible, because that will help you. Now let's come to this question, question number 7. Write the probable color of the following salt. Okay, this is good. This is very, very important. Ferrous and ferric, there is a difference between the two. Ferrous is for lower valency, ic for higher valency. That's, as I told you, dirty green. This will give you dirty green precipitate. This will give you my reddish brown precipitate. Okay, reddish brown precipitate. Let's move to B part. That's my ammonium salt. And NH4 positive, ammonium salt, like ammonium hydroxide. That's not a salt, that's a base. Ammonium chloride, suppose. Ammonium nitrate, suppose. So these are my white only, white salt. Like you can also say colorless. Okay. Because ammonium and also my main group elements cation, these are the one that's colorless. So you see that my calcium is a main group element, because group 2, my group number 1 to 2 and 13 to 18, 13 to 17 basically are the main group elements, because they have an incomplete valence shell. Those are the main group elements, and calcium, so it won't give any colored ion. You can say white or colorless. Same as aluminium, that's my group 13. Okay, colorless, that is white. Cupric, not cuprous. This is cupric, we discussed carb, blue color. Okay, so remember in that way. This question was very, very important because sometimes you forget these while writing the reaction and you're like always confused. So you can revise accordingly. Question number 8 again is for 3 marks. Let's try to complete it into 3 minutes. That is more than enough. You don't have to spend 5 minutes because it's very easy. Just remember all the key points that you need to write. The question is, what is observed when hot concentrated caustic soda solution is added to zinc and aluminium? Both of these metals are amphoteric in nature. Ampho means Amphi means dual. Dual kind of a behavior basically they'll show. Dual behavior means they can act accordingly. Like a chameleon, they can change their color according to the situation. So as them, if you put into a basic solution, they'll act as acid. If you put them into acidic solution, they'll be like basic in that way. Okay, so let's just do that. Zinc with my NaOH aqueous solution, aluminium with my NaOH aqueous solution. Let's try to do this. So it will give you my sodium zincate. Okay, metal plus acid gives salt and hydrogen. So as metal with base, the reaction type will be same. So sodium zincate, and you're left with H2O. H2. Okay, hydrogen gas. Yeah. Same, when I talk about this reaction, you will get NaAlO2, sodium beta aluminate, and left with hydrogen gas. Okay, and you can balance the reaction accordingly. If you take 2 molecule of this, 2 of this, 2 NaAlO2, reaction is balanced, O2 and hydrogen gas. Yeah. Sodium metaluminate along with hydrogen gas. That will escape out and give a popping sound. So we wrote the balanced chemical equation also. Easy peasy. Let's do question number 9 for 3 marks again. You are provided with 2 reagent bottle marked A and B. Ma'am's handwriting is like next level. See the bottle that I drew. So this is A, and yep, this is my B bottle. Not bad, by the way. What do you say? Special drawing skill. Okay. And one of it contain ammonium hydroxide solution and one of it contains sodium hydroxide solution. I don't know in which we have ammonium hydroxide or a sodium hydroxide, and that's what we need to identify by some chemical test. If you remember, we did a reaction with my calcium salt that ammonium hydroxide is not going to react with calcium salt, but my sodium hydroxide with a strong because of strong alkali will react. So say if you put calcium nitrate aqueous solution by taking some drop of the same, there will be no reaction as that will be weak alkali. No reaction means that's my ammonium hydroxide. And if you take calcium nitrate aqueous solution and reaction occurs to give basically my white precipitate, that means that is my NaOH. So with the help of this reaction, we can totally detect what exactly is the product we can get. Right, students? Do let me know. You get it? Okay. Let's do question number 10. Okay, a big one for 5 marks. And with the help of this, your chapter revision will be like solid, rock solid. Question number 10, distinguish by adding sodium hydroxide or ammonium hydroxide solution to, like we need to identify that how calcium salt solution is different from lead salt solution. We have to alkali to prove that. We can use accordingly to have a difference between them. All right. So students, when I'm having calcium salt solution, again, calcium nitrate aqueous solution, we can use here ammonium hydroxide solution to detect among these two, because ammonium hydroxide solution will not react with calcium nitrate. But when I talk about my lead salt, suppose I'm talking about lead hydroxide and ammonium hydroxide, whether this reaction is possible. Okay, I have written lead hydroxide, that's basically lead nitrate. Okay, with ammonium hydroxide, it will give lead hydroxide precipitate, which is chalky white in color. Right? So we can differentiate these two salts with the help of my ammonium hydroxide, that here no reaction with My weak alkali here, chalky white precipitate. Okay, let's move with the B part, lead nitrate solution and zinc nitrate solution. I have lead nitrate solution, aqueous solution, and zinc nitrate aqueous solution. So by taking an alkali, lead nitrate with my alkali, suppose I've taken NaOH, I'm going to get lead hydroxide precipitate, which is white in color, chalky white. Color is playing a very important role. And when I talk about zinc nitrate, by putting it into an alkali, it gives zinc hydroxide, which will give you gelatinous white precipitate. Okay, this is crazy. Next level, gelatinous white. Okay, now we'll move to C part. Let me try to write here. C part, copper salt solution and ferrous salt solution. You can use any alkali. This will be like a very easy reaction. Copper chloride, suppose I've taken with my sodium hydroxide. That will differ from my ammonium hydroxide also, because with NaOH, what it will give you? Copper hydroxide precipitate, which is of blue color. And if I talk about my ferrous sulfate, ferrous, not ferric. So this is my ferrous sulfate, ferrous salt basically. So you can take ferrous sulfate this with NaOH, and this will give you FeOH twice, two molecule, and that will be of green color. The only difference is if you take your ammonium hydroxide with copper salt, my ammonium hydroxide is something that's soluble in the axis and give you a deep ink blue color solution also, which will not happen in the case of iron sulfate. So this also you can write with the help of this reaction also, you can use that. Okay, I can tell you basically, just see that I have taken copper sulfate aqueous solution and added an ammonium hydroxide aqueous solution. First, you get copper hydroxide aqueous solution with my ammonium sulfate. All right. I have passed excess of ammonium hydroxide. So what it will give you? Copper, NH3 4 times here, 2 from here, 2 from here. Copper, NH3 4 times and the sulfate. And water will be evaluated. So this is of deep ink blue color. Tetra amino copper sulfate. Do remember that. Now, D part is what I'm going to make some space and clearing out some of the space from the bottom. Ferric, ferrous and ferric salt. This is easy and we discussed that already. Let's do that again. Yep. Okay. If I talk about my ferrous sulfate, that will give you a green precipitate, dirty green precipitate. And when I talk about ferric sulfate, that gives reddish brown. So suppose if I'm having ferrous sulfate aqueous solution and my Fe2SO4 thrice. Ferrous sulfate aqueous solution and going to put in NaOH. 2, here 3. What is the difference? Exchange of ions. FeOH twice precipitate, which is of reddish, green color, dirty green color. Here you're going to get FeOH thrice, which is my reddish brown color. Reddish brown. Okay, awesome. That's what is the thing that you can use to differentiate between the two. Awesome. Now, ferrous nitrate and lead nitrate. Again, when you put it in alkali, ferrous, this one, ferrous nitrate gives green color precipitate and lead nitrate gives lead hydroxide, which is chalky white precipitate. And you can differentiate between the two. I hope you understood it, because it's all about the insoluble product we are going to get and its color, and you will be able to differentiate between them easily. See A, B, C, D, E, all the part is totally attached here and you can follow the solution. Is it totally clear, students? Do let me know. I hope you are also at the same page that I am and able to answer all the questions. If still any problem, you can see it again and again and can make that concept super duper clear. What do you call it? Sprite clear and all. Okay, students. So analytical chemistry is over. Here is a homework question for you. How will you distinguish lead carbonate and zinc carbonate in solution? Almost we did that. Let's see what will be your response. We'll wait for it. Do let me know also that did you like this session? What's the best part? Some suggestion that you want to give? Definitely I'll wait for your responses. So this session is done. Just wait for the next session. That will be for mole concept and stoichiometry. You can put a reminder, because I would request you to not miss even a single session. So students, AG Pro is the code with the link in the description box. If you'll go with the same, you can get a discount of 20 to 25% on the MRP, which is 2699, and it will be 2159, and getting a session in as low as 11 rupees. Would love to see you in all the classes. Don't miss it. Take it as an opportunity. Thank you for today and staying till the end, because that will definitely going to add so much knowledge and concept clarity. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new, share it among your friends, and definitely like. Let's see whether we can reach to 300 likes. If that's possible, let's see. This is my email ID written. You can just follow me. You can send any mail in case of any thing that you want to say. Okay, that's it for my side. Let's meet next time. Stay tuned. Take care. Bye bye.